Gentlemen, welcome to the show.
Give it up, motherfuckers! Fucking enjoy life, motherfuckers! Don't be a fucking puss or a wussy!
Oh, geez. Let me fix my settings here. Where'd I go? There we go. What's going on, everybody? Good to see everybody here on this early Saturday morning. I guess it might still be Friday night, depending where you're at. Oh boy, we got Fraser in here already talking shit. The king. What's going on, everybody? Figured I'd do a little show here tonight for a little bit. Just sitting there playing around on the bass a bit. I've been playing that bass a lot lately, man. Miss Ann Kirby, how are you doing? Good to see you here. Sorry, I'm a little slow at reading the comments at the moment. Hey, Ben, have a great show for Morgan's watching the shadows. For Morgan's watching in the shadows, I'm headed to bed, but I'll be keeping the show running for algorithm. Cheers. Appreciated, Miss Ann. By the way, I'm loving the new graphics on the Fomorian page. Looks really badass. Absolutely. Looks really cool indeed. We got Big Bad G Garrett here. How's it going, brother? Good. Haven't seen you in a while, man. We got Scott Sarah here. Let's see who else is here. Of course, Fraser's here running his mouth. All in fun, man. We got the Storm Rider here. Speed King is here. I think that's it. Oh, yeah, we got the Bullet Man here. Richard Novella's here. Ryan Damage Incorporated was here. It's here. Excuse me. I know he's been doing a lot of work on his channel too. Over at Damage Incorporated. Damage Network, excuse me. All right, man. So, gonna get back to some tunes here next. Or real soon, I mean. Ooh, the new Jack Star. I'm gonna have to check that out. I do like Jack Star. Oh, so you're doing some welding now there, Garrett. Cool. That's cool. I did that stuff when I was younger, buddy. In fact, it's probably been a good 25 years since I last touched a welder. I wouldn't even know what the heck I'm doing now, to be honest. I mean, I took some welding in Photech, you know. I mean, it's a part of my course when I was in forestry. Yeah, I need to pick that up in the Santrophy. In fact, I'm going to be putting an order in for that. Yeah, I'm going to have to talk to you and Shredbeard about something then. I'm not going to mention nothing over the internet, but that's just involving some of my older material. All right. Anyway, speaking of Shredbeard, he is doing a live stream tomorrow night on his channel. I'm hoping to be in the live stream too at some point. Oh shit, I better order it now then, right? I'm gonna order it now while I'm gonna put some tunes on, then I'm gonna go ahead and order that before it's gone. All right, so we got some tunes coming up. Oh, here's a classic new wave of British heavy metal band called Hawk. This one came out sometime in the early 80s.
She's a woman like no other.
All right, that is The Forge with the track The Art of War. That's some pretty damn good stuff. Definitely has that classic heavy metal sound, which Metal Ben always loves, you know it. Anyways, yes, that was pretty damn good stuff right there. We got some more shit coming up. What's going on in the chat? Hell yeah, great stuff. Keeping true heavy metal alive. Exactly. Let's see here. I'm doing good, Corey. How are you doing? Oh yes, today, well, technically yesterday now, I started an Instagram page for Holocaust. So if you're on Instagram, make sure to follow that page. Yep, the Holocaust Instagram. The Holocaust Instagram. I can't talk. The Holocaust Instagram page is now up and running. So if you're on Instagram, definitely go find it and follow it. Anyways, you got a bunch going on, huh? Nice. There you go, Danny. All right, man. So we're going to get back into some tunes. Oh, yeah, I'm going to put boobs on my Instagram. Watch how fast I get shut down. Anyways, we got some more metal coming up. Some more classic shit coming up for you. Oh, here we go. We got a band called Heir Apparent coming up right now, going all the way back to 1986. Okay, so those demos need like seriously reissued. Man, those early Sweet Savage demos are freaking badass. Vivian Campbell before he was in Dio, and well, before he got watered down by Def Leppard. So yeah, man, some early, young, hungry Vivian Campbell. He was still a badass in Dio, by the way. Just saying. Anyways, so it comes to my attention. A pretty important album in the underground turned 40 years old a couple weeks ago. I'm talking about the second album by Bath Reba, Return. Yes, that one celebrated its 40th anniversary at the end of May. And today is the 50th anniversary of my favorite Black Sabbath album, Sabotage. That's right. Hey, no problem, Scott. I'm just sitting there kind of bored anyways, man. Trying to I've been kind of working on band related stuff all day, all evening. Pretty much. So yeah, man. Anyways, so we're gonna play something from The Return right now. And oh yeah, here we go.
behind their weakness. Don't fear the soul like a trumpet's nightmare. All the sinners deep outside. Sign of faith for the message despair.
All right, I'm back. So there's another band around called Possessed. You know what? I heard a rumor. I heard something like that too. In fact, I think there's a new wave of British heavy metal band. It's called Possessed. I could be wrong on this, but I think there was. Yeah, that one I'm not. So Possessed. So yeah, it's Possessed spelled Possessed. But anyways, no, I'm not familiar with that other Possessed. But what do we got coming up here? Yeah, surprise, surprise, people, you got a stream. Originally, I wasn't even going to do a stream, but I'm sitting here kind of bored. I'm like, hell, it won't take long to throw one together. And I know there's some people that like to stay up a little late, so why not? But anyways, so yeah, this goes out to all the late night people out there in the metal world, so to speak. So we got a little taste of 1985 there with Bathory, Possessed, and early Sepultura. That's right, Seven Churches, Bestial Devastation, and The Return, all celebrating 40th anniversaries or have already turned 40. How about that? Oh, that's a good compilation, M85. Metal Massacre 6, hell yeah, man. Attack of the Killer Bees, man. You know what? That was a fun album back in the day. In fact, I'm pretty sure that's one of the first cassette tapes I ever bought was Attack of the Killer Bees. Oh yeah, that's a good song too, man. Swing of the Axe, fuck yeah. Those early Metal Massacre compilations, man. Some great stuff on those. Man, nothing beats the 80s, man. The 80s is where it was at when it comes to metal. Maybe because back then it was all new. You know, you didn't have social media back in those days. You know, you had to literally go out and, buy the demos to support the underground, or do the tape trading thing, you know. And of course, you had the magazines like Kerrang, Metal Force, Thrasher, Metal Maniacs. There was a bunch of other magazines too back in that era. But yeah, the 80s were fun. Well, the 90s were fun too, because that's when like the Swedish the Scandinavian underground was coming up. I agree with you, Corey. Man, I do miss the metal magazines. So in a way, Marty Worm said it best. From from Heavy Metal Urgy. This is pretty much the new version of kind of like the new version of like tape trading in the magazines. If that makes sense. Speaking of Heavy Metal Urgy, I have not tuned into one of his streams in a while. I'm usually busy on Fridays too, though. A lot of the times. But yeah, man, the fucking 80s rolled, man. Hit Parader was. I mean, I have a couple Hit Paraders, like old Hit Paraders. I mean, that magazine was mainly for, the mainstream. Same with Circus Magazine and Metal Edge. Born in 1977. Okay, cool. 78 here. I remember Rip Magazine, yeah. Iron Fist Magazine, that's one we did not have around here. Then you had like magazines like Terrorizer, Metal Hammer. I think those two are actually still around. Brave Words, fucking Brave Words, Bloody Knuckles. I used to love that magazine. I still have a bunch of old issues of that. And plus, back then you had the fanzines too. Those were cool too. Oh yeah, I do remember Pit Magazine. Yeah, Revolver and Decibel are still around. So there is no more Terrorizer magazine. Tell you what, the cool thing is, cassettes are coming back, man. I'm starting to see a little bit of resurgence with CDs again, too, man. I'm noticing people are buying CDs a little bit more nowadays. I mean, definitely not like back then, but because I remember like 5 or 6 years ago when vinyl was still real popular, but like when vinyl was just reemerging, it's getting a little worried, man, that it might kill the CD industry. But deep down, I knew it wouldn't kill it. Technically, tapes didn't go away. I mean, black metal bands were obviously still making tapes, but they have made a comeback. Yeah, Heavy Metal Magazine. Fuck yeah, man. Oh yeah, I still mainly buy CDs myself, even though I'm starting to get interest in buying tapes again. I used to have so many tapes back in the day. One of my regrets is selling my cassette collection years ago. I mean, I kept some of them, but like I must have had like fucking, I'm gonna say like 3,000 cassette tapes at one point. You think the 8-track's gonna come back? Wouldn't that be something if 8-tracks came back? Those things were tough to deal with, though, man. Those things used to like to rip easy, man. Like those 8-tracks, man, they would get tangled up in your player so easily. I haven't bought an LP in 4 years. I think the last LP I bought was Anthrax's Fistful of Metal and the first Iron Maiden album. And ironically, I found them at Walmart of all places. Yeah, pretty much they do kind of look like video game cartridges. Damn, Danny, how old are you? We're a bunch of old fucking farts right over here, man. We're all like in our 40s and 50s. I think we only have a few people around that are maybe in their 30s and 20s. You might have told me your age before, and I just probably forgot. Damn, 30 years old. Fuck. That is young. Damn, Storm Rider, you're only 24? Apparently so. I guess 40 is the new 30. Crazy white boy, what's going on, man? I am starting to notice something, man. So I was like at a Dollar General like a couple months ago. This kid couldn't have been any more than like 15 years old, but he had like the old school thrash metal look going on. Like the long hair, fucking like an old school like 80s style Metallica shirt. I'm like, maybe there is freaking hope for the next generation. Lord Praderi, what's going on, brother? It's not the only thing I've seen. I've seen like somebody that's probably around 20 or 21 with a damn wallet. It's like I haven't seen a wallet probably since the freaking 90s. Anthrax's album. You mean worship music? I have it. I haven't spun it in years. I have everything Anthrax put out. I mean, there's probably a couple demos and whatnot I don't have, but huh, ain't that interesting? And man, they say history repeats itself. Damn man, fucking wallet. All right, man, we're gonna get back into some tunes here. Looks like we're already past an hour and 15 minutes, man. That's a yeah, that's a pretty good song. Oh, you're talking about oh yeah, worship music. What am I thinking? That's the one when Joey Belladonna came back. I don't know why I was thinking of the album "We Come for You All." Yeah, worship music has some pretty good stuff on it. Fight till you can. What else is on that one? They have a track on it on there called just Judas Priest. Metal Ben Simmons. Ugh. That Frederick's only 21. He's been underage the whole entire time he's been here. Oh, Jesus, comedies. Ooh, you know what? You're reading my mind there, M85. That's a damn great Slayer tune. And another album that celebrates 40 years this year. Actually, it just had its 40th anniversary.
Awaken, I have become. Light now slips away. Manipulate your mind. Darkness is my flame. Taste the sins of hell. The blood that I so crave. The last thing that you see is the hunger in my eyes. Blood-sucking creatures of the night that turn us back to hiding from the light. Cries screaming after every fight. Eagerly awaiting life. Apparition from the pits of hell. That presence in which they dwell. They've been in lust, the secrets they must keep. Addicted to your blood, and I will sleep. Amazing that hidden coffin, left to live on terror. Feel the deadly cold, freezes from inside. Perceiving your intentions to slay the fat and fall. Raise the station's mouth, you cannot plunge it down. Blood-sucking creatures of the night that send us back to hiding from the light. Cry screaming after every fight, eagerly awaiting light. Apparition from the pits of hell, that presence in which they dwell. They've been in lust, secrets they must keep, addicted to your blood, and don't sleep. mortality storm. Rise for fast to face, to lie, torment, a certain death. Driven by the instinct of centuries of horror, implanted on the brain of the sickening parasite, linked together by one trait, the hellborn need to kill, 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 kill. Mercy from the hellish streets, taking flight, Mr. Night, in the skies for rain of death. Sweeping down the shadow skies, taking different living forms, shed the wings to stop the mortal man. Lock the down into your veins, tiny soldiers find their prey, leaving corpses waiting for the change. Blood dripping from the jaws of death, not enough to satisfy, they must bring the soul of life.
All right, man. I see we got some ball busting going on in my chat room. Hell yeah. Fucking posers. Posers. Hey, Roger, how you doing, buddy? Oh, hungover. Shit. It's probably... Heck, what time would it be in Norway? Curious. I think Norway has a 6-hour time difference compared to us. Oh man. You know what? I'm gonna play something brand new now that's on YouTube. Well, it has to be on YouTube because I listened to it earlier. And I was trying to look for the CD to buy it, and I didn't see the CD out yet. Yeah, that's what I thought. 6 hours, yep. Okay. So that means it's 2:46 here. 2:46 a.m. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's 8:46 in the morning over there. All right. So, anyways, Sargeist came out with a new album, and I listened to it this morning when I was coming home from work on YouTube Music, and I thought, fuck, the new Sargeist is good. I'm gonna play something off of it. I don't play new stuff on here very often, but we're gonna play something completely new. Hell yeah, man. Some good fucking killer black metal there. I got one of I got one of their CDs somewhere. I'm gonna have to break it out and listen to it again. Somebody like burnt me a it's not like a physical copy, it's a burnt copy. But I used to have like a supervisor at my old job before COVID-19, all that dumb shit came. He was like, he's really into metal too, and he burnt me a shitload of fucking CDs. And that's one I can't remember if that's the album he burnt me or another album, but yeah, it's a killer band. I'm gonna have to go through those CDs again. He burnt me a bunch of stuff. Anyways, what's up, Durango girl? Yeah, man. Anyways, there is a theme to tonight's show. We're bringing the fun times back to the channel. Absolutely. That's all I got to say. We're bringing back the fun days of the channel. You guys in the chat room are definitely doing a hell of a job of keeping the fun going. Whoa! Who got retarded? Now I damn well know there's definitely ball busting going on in the chat room tonight. That's what I want to see. Ball busting, people having fun. You know. Oh yeah, blast the fucking metal, man. So yeah, the 11-hour stream. It's on private. It doesn't need to be up anymore. I mean, there was fun things in that stream, but man, there was some fucking dark shit in that stream too. But anyways, to me, that stream ended that era. From now on, we're gonna have fun on here, like we were before. We're gonna have a blast. We're gonna have fun, and that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna bust balls and play some damn metal. Damn it! But it's cool to have friends, man. That's all I gotta say. It's cool to have friends. It's cool to have a badass. It's cool to have badass people in my freaking comment section that support the channel and love this shit. Hell yeah, that's fucking badass. And we got some badass shit coming up. So get your asses on, get your asses over there and check out some Fomorian Productions. Go check out Fomorian Productions. They're really working hard over there. I'm working on music. Man, it's been fun laying down these fucking bass tracks. And plus, I'm planning to write at least 2 or 3 more songs. Right now, I have like 6 songs complete musically, but I want to write a couple more to make it like a full length album, you know. So yeah, man. Yeah, I'm just playing the demos that I have, or yeah, I'm just playing the recordings I have back in my vehicle with the bass added. Man, I think it sounds like fucking tit. So yeah, I'm hoping. I mean, this debut album's gonna kick ass. That's all I gotta say. and it's going to get better from here on out. Let's put it that way. So yeah, support from Orion Productions. They work hard over there. Spreadbeard, Warhammer, Misanthropy. They fucking work hard to keep this shit going. You know. And thanks to Durango Girl for buying the demos on, or the old recordings on my Bandcamp from 2020 to 2022. The On Earth as It Is in Hell, Raging Lightning, and Reaping Metal recordings I did a few years back. And definitely go follow the Bandcamp page. Holocaust1 at bandcamp.com. That's all you gotta fucking look up, man. But man, there's a bunch of cool shit coming, man. That's all I gotta say. I'm not gonna give no details out because it's all work in progress. JRR Toking, what's going on, brother? Good to see you here. All right, so we're going to continue the fun here tonight. We got good old JRR Toking here tonight. Yeah, I was going to play a new track by Gruesome, but I think they're on Relapse Records. I don't want to risk it. Because it looks like Gruesome has a new album, which Gruesome is basically a death tribute band, but they're freaking badass. But I think they're on a pretty big label, so I'm not even going to risk playing them. So yeah, that's what's up. But I do believe there's a new Warhammer track on YouTube. Or maybe one of his demo tracks from what he's putting out right now. So we can look that up. All right, that's our brother Richard. A lot of good, yeah, a lot of great ideas. Yeah, man, there's a lot of good stuff in there. I mean, trust me, when you're just starting out recording, it's not easy at all. In fact, I'll tell you what. See, there's a really simple. Oh man, see, I don't know what equipment you're using to record. I don't know if you're just. I I don't know, but anyways, I was gonna say, man, if you have GarageBand, I don't know if you have an iPhone or an iPad. Garage for I know some people frown on that shit, but GarageBand actually works pretty damn good once you learn how to use it. I mean, I know there's some people out there that frown on that shit, but it actually works pretty damn good. I mean, considering years ago, you didn't have like the technology like that to record stuff. I mean, I still have an old freaking 4-track recorder from back in the late '90s, I think. But now there's definitely good music there. I mean, like I said, it's a work in progress, though. I wouldn't take it to heart what we're saying. Oh shit, okay. See, I've never messed around with one of those. I have like the old school Tascam with the cassette deck on it. It still works too. I still have it. I haven't used it in a very, very long time though. I'm not exactly sure how a fucking digital one works. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's probably something you have to hook up to a computer to get like better sounds out of it. If I were to guess, I mean, there's ways to work around it. Okay, cool. But yeah, man, that's one of Richard's songs. Hey, dude, the dude tries. He puts out the tracks. You got to give him credit. He puts them out. Anyways, thanks to everybody for joining in tonight and hanging out. We're over 2 hours now. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time tonight in the chat room. Oh, yeah, the classic Metal Zone pedal. Okay. Oh, yeah, man. But I gotta say, man, recording music is freaking fun. It is fun to record shit. I fucking enjoy it. Even when I'm fucking up parts over and over and trying to get it right, I still have fun doing it. And man, I cannot wait to get that first freaking CD out for you guys, man. The Toasted Goat, what's going on, my brother? Good to see you here this morning. Kind of a random little radio show here. I wasn't even going to do this, but I was kind of bored. Taking a little intermission from just messing around on that bass guitar. It's good to see the goat here, and I'm pretty sure there's going to be an episode of Toasty Goat Radio later on today or this evening. Like, I guarantee you, man, back when I was still in Somerset, you know, when the Toasty Goat and Scott were still around back then, if I would have had what I had today back then, man, we would have probably had a couple of damn demos out by now, or at least back then, you know. I mean, man, it's amazing what you can do with modern day technology. It really is. Like, yeah, man, if you have a freaking iPhone, don't have no shame if you record your music through GarageBand. There's a lot of people doing that, so there's no damn shame in it. And it fucking works too. It's fucking convenient. And it's fairly easy to do. But anyways, we're gonna play one for the good old Toasty Goat since he's up. In fact, you know what? I just found this cover the other day. And since the Toasty Goat's here right now, I'm going to play it. Because I know Arctic Wolf used to cover the Bryan Adams song Run to You back in the day. I remember that. So I found a really freaking awesome cover of this track a few days ago. All right, good old Toasted, check out this cover. Here's one for your radio shows, bro. All right, brother Scott, take it easy, man. Well, hopefully I'll see you guys later on at some point. I know there's some pretty badass streams happening tonight. I know good old Redbeard's gonna be doing a stream tonight. I'm gonna be on there probably later on. I know the Toasted Goat's gonna be doing Toasted Radio. Yeah, Toasted Goat, that's a really good cover. I don't care, man. I always liked that damn song, even back in the 80s. Hey, I like some of that kind of music too. But yeah, that's done by Zorn Lande. Pretty much the Norwegian Ronnie James Dio. His Dio covers are freaking amazing too. But yeah, man, an excellent vocalist, you know. But yeah, man, good to see everybody's having a good time here tonight. But yeah, Scott, definitely have a good day, man. All right, man. So we're roughly at 2 hours and 15 minutes. So what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna find one of Zorn's old bands, Mundanus Imperium, covering the classic Dio song Stargazer. Yeah, man, Jorn Landy. Man, what a voice. Pretty much like Ronnie James Dio reincarnated almost. Definitely, man. Just makes you think of Ronnie, man, when you listen to that. Yeah, he's almost a dead ringer to Ronnie James Dio, which is just amazing. Anyways, hope everybody in the chat room is having fun tonight. Take care, Corey. I mean, yeah, David Coverdale, another vocalist that like had that. It's a vocalist a lot of people don't really know about unless you really deep, or, do some deep diving. Um, Another vocalist that had like a similar vocal style to Ronnie James Dio was John Lawton of Lucifer's Friend and Uriah Heep. His vocal style was almost, now he was a little more blue, but then again, Ronnie had some blues in his voice too. But yeah, his vocal style is almost similar to Dio's, you know. And John Lawton unfortunately has passed away since too. So, you know, J.R. Token, that's a funny one, man. Fact. We might try to find a Lawton tune here soon, but his vocal style was kind of similar to Ronnie James Dio's vocal style too. And Lawton, well, no, that's not true because Dio started in the 50s. Lawton started probably in the 60s. So, anyways, we're going to get some tunes up here. All right, we got an early Lucifer's Friend track coming up. The track keep going all the way back to 1970, and this would feature John Lawton, obviously John Lawton, another vocalist that kind of had that similarity vocal style to Ronnie James Dio a little bit. So here we go. I can get it up here. Man, that's such a damn good album. Came out in the year 1970. Okay, so yeah, that's the first Lucifer's Friend album, but there was an album that came out the same year earlier in 1970 with pretty much the same. Yeah, it was the same lineup, but they put an album out in '70 called Asterix. They were called Asterix before Lucifer's Friend, and they put out an album too, which is pretty heavy too for that time. So yeah, a little history on the proto metal thing. But yeah, Lucifer's Friend would go on to make a bunch of albums. Um, Around 70, they actually had a different vocalist on a couple albums when John Lawton went with Uriah Heep for a bit. So yeah. Anyways, a little bit of some proto metal history for you guys. All right, man. So we're gonna get back into all right, man. So what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna play a couple more tracks, I believe. Wait a minute, what's JRR Token saying here? Tell my old lady to leave me alone. I don't know, man. You married her. You tell her. Sarcasm, brother. All right, man. So what we're gonna do right now, we're gonna play a couple more tracks. Been kind of over the map tonight. We started out with some new wave of British heavy metal. Then we kind of played some like early thrash metal, black and thrash. Fuck, what else did we play? We played we played a pretty heavy variety tonight, man. Oh well then you're fine there, man. Give me a minute. I got to train Metal Bent's got to train the old Metal Bent wizard here for a minute. All right, we're back here. Oh Jesus, Frederick, you really want to hear that? All right, man. Let's see what we can find. Getting close to 3 hours here. Not going to say that word here on YouTube because, yeah, we know how things go around this platform. All right, man, more variety coming up. We're taking a trip all the way back to 1977 for this one. One of the most underrated bands that here in the States was only known really for two songs, which is sad because they had so much great music. Obviously, the boys are back in town, or the boys are back in town, and Jailbreak. You can figure out who I'm going to play right now. Here we go.
Reputation, that's the word out on the town. It brings a certain fascination, but it can only bring you down. Turn yourself around. Turn yourself around. Turn it upside down. Turn yourself around. Well, that's tough luck. You play too hard, too much rough stuff. You're too smart, so cold. That bad reputation has made you old. Turn yourself around. Turn yourself around. Turn it upside down. Turn yourself around.
Yeah, the great Thin Lizzy, Phil Lynott, rest in peace. Man, what a band. What a band. I'll tell you what, man, that's a band that should have been bigger. Absolutely. All right, man. We still got Danny here. We still got Frederick here. The hard rock part got me off. Oh, okay. Well, I see what you're talking about here. Jesus Christ, man. All right, man. Well, oh shit, dude. Still got Davis here. Davis is enjoying the classic stuff. All right, guys, we're going to slow it down just a little bit, but in a good way. We got another one coming up, going all the way back to another album that turns 50 years old this year, too. But yeah, going back to 1975, this comes off Nazareth's Hair of the Dog, the final track on the album. And actually, Metal Church did a really cool cover of this too, which I probably should have played that one, but we're going to play the original. Please don't Judas me. All right, Maniacs. We got one more classic coming up. And the album just turned 50 years old. And my all-time favorite Black Sabbath song. So till next time, stay fucking metal. Keep it real, and keep it brutal, and keep it freaking fun and safe, man. Have a good time and party it up. All right, man, here we go. To me, the greatest Black Sabbath song of all time. Off my favorite Sabbath album, Sabotage. So happy 50th birthday.
Obsessed with fantasy, possessed with my schemes. I mix reality with pseudo-god dreams. The ghost of violence was something I'd seen. I sold my soul to be the human I've seen. might just think the words are wrong. Too many people advising me, but they don't know